Mark chapter 4. And again he Origen began to teach beside the sea, and led together to him a most numerable throng, so that he stepped into a ship, and had seat in the sea, and all the throng were on the earth land turned toward the sea. And he taught them many things in parables, and by means of his teaching said to them, Here, perceive, the sowing one came out to sow, and it became to be, in that he sowed, that abides. Some fell beside the way, and the wingers came and ate it down. And another fell on the perceptible parts of rocky ground, where it had not much earth land. And straightway it shot up, because it had not depth of earth land. And when the sun took up aim, it was scorched, and because it had not root, it was dried up. And others fell into the thorns, and the thorns ascended and suffocated together it, and it did not give fruit. And others fell into ideal earth land, and it gave ascending fruit, and fruit made growing, and they carried up to 30, and up to 60, and up to 100-fold. And he said, Who has ears to hear, let him hear. And according each time, when he came to be found alone, those about him, together with the 12, asked him regarding the parables. And he says to them, To you has been given the mysteries of the regency of God. But to those, yea, those outside, all is said in parables, so that looking they may look and may not perceive, and as hearing they may hear and may not understand, so that they may not at some time turn on about, and it will be remitted to them. And he said to them, Not do you perceive what this parable makes known? And how will you then know all the other parables? The sowing one will sow the word, but these are those who are beside the way, whereto the word is sown. And when, as it were, they hear it, Satan comes straightway and robs the word that having been sown in them. And likewise are these, those being sown on the perceptible parts of rocky ground, who, when, as it were, they hear the word, straightway take it with joy. And not do they have root in themselves, but for this cause they are time termed. Thereafter, due to affliction or persecution having become, because of the word, they are straightway ensnared. And others are those being sown on the thorns. These are those hearing the word, and the worries of the eon and the deceit of riches suffocate together the word, and the desires going in beside the rest of the things suffocate together the word, and it becomes unfruitful. And those are the ones having been sown on the ideal earth land, who any hear the word and receive and carry fruit, 130, and 160, and 100-fold. And he said to them, Yet not even the lamp being brought does come so that it may be set under the bushel or under the place of reclination? Is it not so that it will be set under the lamp shade? For not is anything secreted unless so that it may be become revealed. Not even became any a way secreted one that remains secreted, but it was secreted so that it may come into the revealed. If someone has ears to hear, let him hear. And he says to them, Look what you hear. With the measure with which you measure, it will be measured to you, and will be set to you. For this cause, who has to him will be given, and whom has not from him also will be lifted that which he has. And he said, Thus is the regency of God, as when the human casts the seed on the earth land, and then down rests and again wakens night and day, and the seed germs and becomes long, but how it happens he does not perceive. By itself the earth land carries fruit, first grass, thereafter the full grain in the ear. But when, as it were, the fruit gives over beside the seed, straightway he dispatches the sickle, since by him the harvest has taken stand. And he said, How is it to whom do we liken the regency of God? Or in what parable do we set it? It is as a kernel of mustard, when, as it were, it was sown on the earth land, that being smaller than all the seeds on the earth land. And when, as it were, it was sown, it ascended and became greater than all the vegetables, and makes great branches, so that under its shadow the wingers of the heavens are able to have down tent. And in many such parables he spoke the word to them, according so as they were able to hear it. But without a parable he spoke not to them, but for himself alone he gave to his own learning ones an explanatory solution regarding all. And when evening had become, he says to them in that day, We should come through towards the shore beyond. And as having left the throng, they beside take him as he was in the ship, and other ships were with him. And there came to be a great whirlwind, and it cast on the billows into the ship, so that already the ship was laden. And he was in the stem, down resting on the head cushion. And they awakened him, and say to him, Teacher, do you not care that we are wholly loosened away? And as one having been thoroughly awakened, he warned the wind and said to the sea, Hush up, you be muzzled. And the wind tired, and there became to be a great calmness. And he said to them, What are you despondent? Not yet have you faithing? And they were made to fear into great fear, and said to one another, Who consequently is this one, since also the winds and the sea are below hearing to him?